Imagine you're building a shopping app. You need to store 100 product names. Will you create 100 variables to store all these 100 products? That's insane, right? So there is a concept of list in Python to solve this problem in one line. So by the end of this video, you will completely master Python list, indexing, slicing, operations, and some real life projects. So let's start with it. So if you would be using variables to store the products of the store, so what you do, you will create multiple variables like product one is your first variable to store the first item of this shop, right? Which can be a mobile phone. And if you have to store the second product of this shop, you will simply create another variable as product two and store whatever is the second product of the shop. And in this way, you might have to create 50 or 100 variables to store all the items which are present inside the shop, right? So to overcome this, we have a concept called list, which will allow you to store multiple values inside one single variable. So a variable just allows you to store one value, right? So a list is also a variable. By the way, we call this concept as collection. So under collections, we have three topics, which is list, tuple, dictionary, and sets. So in today's video, we'll just be focusing on understanding list completely. And in the future videos, we will be discussing tuples, dictionary, and sets. So let us understand what is a list. So with the name itself, we understand that list means which has got multiple items inside it, right? Like if you make a list of grocery, you have got all the items. That means it has multiple items you have to buy or multiple items of your grocery. So same way, when a variable is storing multiple values inside it, it is called as a list. But a variable which is storing multiple values could be a tuple and could be a dictionary as well. So how will you identify whether that variable is a list? So with the help of brackets. So if there is a variable of products, values of that variable are enclosed inside the square bracket, then you will be recognizing or identifying it as a list. So there is a way of finding the data type of a variable, right? So what would you do? You will simply write print, and if you have to find the data type of it, you will simply write type and you will write the name of the variable as products. So let me run it to see what is the data type of this variable. So it says that it is a list. Though we haven't given any value inside it, but just looking at the bracket, it says that it is a list. Now, the values of this list can be of any data type. It can be all strings, it can be all integers, it can be all float, or it can be the mix of all data types as well. Right now, the products are a mobile phone, laptop, a tablet, and you can add as many values as you want. But you can also have a variable as marks, which is only storing numbers inside it. So 85, 78, 95. So this list has all numbers inside it, whereas the first list we created has all string values inside it. So it's also possible to have a list which has values of all the data type. That means it's mixed data type. So it can have a value as Python, then the other value can be a number, and then it can have a Boolean value as well. Then it can have a float value as well. So a list has no restriction. A list is a collection of items stored in single variable, and it can be any data type. It can be just string, it can be just numbers, and even the mixed data types as well. And it can be even an empty list as well, as I've showed you in the first example. If you want to know if this particular product is present in the shop right now, maybe if you want to know if the laptop is present inside the shop right now. So how would you do? So first you want to display on the output screen. So you'd be using print and you want to check if laptop is present in the products or not. So you'll simply write laptop in the variable name is products, right? So this will give you an output as true if the item is available. And if the item is not available, it would say false. So you can see the output we got is true because the laptop is present in product. But what if you write a value which is not present inside that variable? Maybe a charger. So a charger is not available in the shop right now. So you got the value as false. Now let us understand the concept of indexing. So index means the position at which the item is available. So when you would use multiple variables to store all these products, so you would simply be giving a special name to all these variables, right? Like mobile phone was product 1, laptop was product 2, and tablet was product 3. But right now, as they are all inside one single variable, so how are you going to differentiate them? There has to be something different about them, right? So in that case, we will allot a unique ID to all of them, which is called as index, and which is basically the position at which that item is present inside that list. So index is basically the position at which the item is present inside the list, which starts from 0. So there are two types of indexing, positive indexing and negative indexing. So if you look at the variable products, so mobile is at index 0, laptop is at index 1, tablet is at index 2, and if you add any other item, it will be at index 3. And what if you want to know what is the length of the whole list? So there is a function called len, which will tell you what is the length of the list and which will tell you how many elements are present inside that list. So I'm writing length of what is the variable name. The variable name is products. So running this will tell you how many elements are present inside this list. So there are 3 elements inside the list, and that's the output we got. That is 3. Now, how would you use the indexing concept here? So if I only want to display laptop on the output screen, then I have to use the index of laptop. So first I would use print, then I would use the variable name, that is products. And then I have to mention the index at which the laptop is present. So mobile was index 0 and laptop is index 1, right? So I will write 1 here, and when you run it, your output we got is laptop because we have mentioned product of 1. We wanted to display the first element of it. And if you would have entered 0 here, so that means you want to display something which is at index 0. And when you run it, you got the output as mobile. So the negative indexing starts from the right hand side, where tablet is -1, laptop is -2, and mobile is -3. So negative indexing is useful when you don't know what is the end of the list. That means what is the last element of the list. You don't know how many elements are inside the list. So what you do, you will simply write print. You will write the variable name and you will write -1 if you want to print the last element of it. So -1 will display the last element. And you see it is tablet. And if you want to display the last second element, which is laptop, you will give the index as -2. Now comes slicing. Now let us use another variable. So I have a list of fruits and I will add all the fruits as elements of this list. I will write apple, then I write banana, then I write grapes, and also I write kiwi. So these are few elements of this list. Now, slicing means you are cutting out the list or you're getting the sub list. That means instead of printing the whole list, you simply want some part of the list. You only want to print banana, grapes, and kiwi. So what would you do in that case? So first of all, if you are simply printing fruits, you are going to get all the elements of this list, right? You got apple, banana, grapes, and kiwi. Now I only want something from banana to kiwi. So what I'll do is I will write print, then I will write the name of the variable, in which all the elements are stored. And then I have to enter three values here, where I want to start, where I want to end, and how many numbers I want to skip. So I want to start at banana, which is at index 1, right? So I am entering 1. I want to end at kiwi, which is at index 3, but I have to give 4. Just like for loop, you give one number greater, right? So you're writing 4, which will make you stop at 3. And because you don't want to skip any numbers, you want to print all the consecutive values, you will simply write 1. That means after index 1, it will automatically go to index 2. So 1 plus 1 is 2, right? So it is going to enter index 2. So let us run it. And you see only banana, grapes, and kiwi has been entered. But what if you want all the alternate elements? Like after banana, you want grapes, and after grapes, you want the other element. You don't want all the consecutive elements. So in that case, you will use the skip as 2. And if you don't mention any start here, so it will start by default, whatever is the start of it. So as we haven't mentioned any start, so it has started from apple, which was the start of it. And it has stopped at 3 because we have given 4, and it is skipping two elements in between. That means after apple, it did not print banana, instead it went to grapes. So the three numbers we are using here is where you want to start, where you want to end, plus 1, and then how many values you want to skip in between. So this is how slicing works. So if you give a negative number as you skip, the list is going to go backward. Like if I want to reverse my whole list, I'm simply writing print the name of my list. And if I don't mention the start and if I don't mention the end, it will automatically start and end wherever the list starts and end. And if I write -1 here, it is going to give me all the reversed values. So our actual string was apple, banana, grapes, and kiwi, right? But just by providing -1 as our skip, it has reversed the whole list. And you can provide some values also here, but it is going to go from the right side, which is going to reverse. So using a negative skip will take you from the right side to the left side. So we had another variable as marks, right? So let us add some more marks inside it. So there is a value 95, there is a value 93, there is a value as 85, there is a value of 75, and there is a value as 65. Okay, now you want to get the top three marks of it. So what will you do? Because you want the first three values, you will write print, you will write the name of the variable, which is marks, and then you will write 0 because you want to start from the first element, and you will write 3 because you want to stop at the third element. So let us run it. So you got the top three elements of this list. So far we have covered the concepts like what is a list, how to create a list, how to identify the list, how to find the length of the list, how to find if an element is present inside the list. We have understood the concept of indexing, positive indexing, negative indexing, and also slicing. So let us move to the concept of list operations, and let's look at the most useful list operations. So as I've mentioned, that list is mutable. That means it is changeable. So once a list is created, you can do all the changes to it. Like you can add an element to the present list. You can remove an element from the existing list. You can insert something in between the list. So because a list is changeable, we have got a lot of interesting operations which we can perform on a list and change an existing list. So the first operation we have is the append method or an append operation, which will help us to add an element at the end of the list. So we have elements like apple, banana, grapes, and kiwi inside the list fruits, right? So what if I want to add another fruit to it? So I will use the append operation where I will first perform the operation. I will write fruits dot append, and then I will say what element I want to add to it. So whenever you use an append method, that element will be added at the end of the list, not somewhere in the between or anywhere else. So I will print the print the list and you see earlier we only had 4 elements and now I've got 4. So the new value has been added at the end. But what if you are not interested in adding something at the end of the list? Instead, you want to add somewhere in between at a required index. So you want to add a new fruit like strawberry at index 3. So in that case, we can use a function or operation called insert. In that, we have got 2 parameters. First, we will use the variable name, and then you will write the operation insert, and then you will say at what index you want to add. So I want to add it at index 2, and then you will say what you want to add. So I want to add berries, but running it or printing the whole list is very important. So I have printed the list and now you can see that the berries has been added at index 2. Now we can also remove something from the existing list. So there is an operation called remove which will help you to remove something from the existing list. So what if I want to remove grapes? So I will write the variable name, then I will use remove, and then I will write the name of the element I want to remove. So I wanted to remove grapes and let's print it. And when I run it, you see that grapes has been removed from the list. Now, what if you don't want to remove grapes? I mean, you don't want to write the exact list, but you only want to provide the index at which the element is present. So in that case, you will use a function or operation called pop. So when you use this pop operation, you have to simply provide the index, what element you want to remove. So if you want to remove the element kiwi, so let's look at the latest list, not the list which we created earlier, because now we have made a lot of changes, right? So index of apple is 0, banana is 1, berries is 2, kiwi is 3. So I want to remove kiwi. So I will write index 3 should be pop and let's print the new list we have and you see that kiwi has been popped out. So same way there are a lot of other functions like there is a function called sort which will sort all the elements of the list. So if the values of your list are all integers, then your list will be sorted in ascending order. But if your list is string like this, let's see how does the sort operation work. So we will write fruits dot sort. So it will sort all the elements in alphabetical order. So let us print it. And when you run it, you will see that we have got all of them in alphabetical order. A for apple, B for banana, berries, and then oranges. So this is how sort function or sort operation works. So then we have an operation called count, which will tell you how many times a particular element is appearing. And there is an operation called index, which will tell you what is the index of a specific element. You can also add two different lists and make it one single list. So we have created a lot of lists so far, right? We have created fruits, we have marks, we have also created products earlier. So what if I want to add fruits plus marks? So I will write print, then I'll write the name of the variable fruits plus I want it with the marks, right? I want these two lists to be combined together. So now you see both of the lists have been put inside one list and have got values of both of them. So this is how you add two lists inside one list. Let's quickly recap what we have covered today. So we started with understanding what is a list, how to identify a list, and how to know the data type of a list with type, and how a list can have a single data type or multiple data types, and how to know if an element is present inside a list or not, how to know the total number of elements inside a list. And we understood the concept of indexing. We understood what is positive indexing. We also understood negative indexing. Then we have understood slicing, like how we can slice a big list into small list. And we have understood different operations we can perform on list. Then we have gone through different operations we can perform on a list like append, insert, remove, pop, sort, and we have a lot of others as well. The one which discussed like count, index, and we also understood how we can add two lists into one single list. So real world app use list everywhere like shopping carts, leaderboards, search result, pagination. I hope now you know how it works under the hood. And if this video helped you, smash the like button and subscribe. So next video we'll be covering list methods in detail. Link is in the description below.